When you look at how Denis Vasilev trains, and what we look at is a warm-up technique that he uses, I want to comment on it. And I highly recommend you check out his other stuff. He is a technician. The amount of precision that he has, nobody comes close to his work mentality, how he understands the kettlebell, and we're going to react to this beast. And I'm a huge fan. Dennis is the king. Gregory from Lebe Stark here. Now, it's a shame that Dennis has only about 3,500 subscribers on YouTube. He's a little bit stronger on Instagram, and I highly recommend you check him out, follow him, give him some love. And I'm watching his YouTube videos back to back. I'm almost saving everything that he posts on Instagram because, like I mentioned in the beginning, he's a technician. Dennis is in a league of his own. There are many high caliber athletes. So I highly recommend you check out Kettlebell Lifting and the Good Boy Sport. But he is in a class all by himself.
I'm reviewing today warm-up with kettlebell. And now this part not mean to make you sweat. That's sometimes a misunderstanding here. So you do this portion of Kettlebell Sport exercises to double check on your technique and on your comfort overall.
Now I like this. Now he starts with, hey, this is just a warm-up prior to your workout or maybe even to your competition set. Now he's using the 32s, which is the weight that professional athletes have to use when they compete, at least I think in the long cycle. Maybe jerk the same, I'm not as sure. You can correct me on this one, but long cycle I know. And he's a master of sport. I think he's a 9-time world champion. Guy's a legend. And you see how he's warming up with the 24, how he's really, I love what he says. He says it's all about remembering the phases, remembering the steps, remembering how to work and placing your body in space, placing the kettlebell on you and going through these lifts. And that's like, you know, when you're an athlete and he's doing these reps, he's done thousands of reps. You see his mindset? His mindset's like, no, I got to prepare. I got to go through the phases, and he's a high caliber athlete. So what do you think we have to do?
So what I do is, if my main set's on 32s, I'm starting with 24s. You can see my first warm-up set is one arm cleans with 24 kilogram kettlebell. And I'm going slow here. There's completely no rush. And you can see I'm stopping in each phase even longer than I'm usually do during the set. I'm checking on my elbow position. I'm making sure that insertion is comfortable.
Now check this out. He's making sure his elbow lands right and neatly into the iliac crest of his hip. So he checks his landing position. He checks the hand insertion. And this is a master athlete that goes through these phases. And that, when I was watching this video, and this is the reason why I'm commenting, why I think you guys can enjoy it as well. There's so much stuff going on when you think that a high caliber athlete like him is going through these phases and wants to make sure that a hand insertion, which I've done so many reps now, I think my hand insertion is safe. And now I'm hearing from the legend right here saying I'm checking on my hand insertion. So I'm reminded to humble myself. And he makes it look easy, and he says it's not to break a sweat, but hey, it's a 24 kilo. All right, it's 24 kilo.
With 24, I don't rest between one arm cleans and one arm long cycle. You see, I just continue. I just switch hands again and going for one arm long
Check out
cycle.
this jerk. Check it out.
So it's kind of a smooth
Check
progression.
out this
First we
precision.
do cleans, so just checking on the swing portion, and if it's okay, I move to one arm long cycle, and now you can check on your toe fixation.
And just for you to understand, one arm long cycle is a clean and jerk move, one kettlebell. And what I just recently understood is, and I really got to understand it just now, as I'm watching his videos, is when you go into the double dip or the under squat, when you do a jerk, it's not about slamming your heels to the floor. I used to say this. It's about the hips. It's about the portion from your hips down to your knees. You have to watch this portion. It's not about the slamming on the heels. And I used to say this. I used to say it's not about slamming on the heels, but now I'm getting a new vibe of working more with the hips when going down to the double dip instead of just slamming it down. And this actually goes pretty quick. The slam is not as hard, and the relaxation of the legs is better, and the amplitude is deeper. So when you go into the double dip, you catch the kettlebell on a not as a high level as you would do in a push press. And when I'm watching Denis and I see how beautiful his double dip is and how quick he comes up into the top fixation, it just teaches me to really go better with the jerk. And I still see that. I still know I need a lot of work when it comes to the jerk. And check out his I always say this, it's the Russian extension, how the Russians do it. Check out his arm. Check out how fully extended the arm is, close to the ear, arm biceps close to the ear. Look at the perfect line. It's crazy.
And I also try to enjoy it. I'm trying to stop there, make sure that my elbow is locked. You see, fingers relaxed. Proper direction of the elbow when you drop.
The proper direction of the elbow when you drop, that's important. When you bring it down, it's like you're in a externally rotated, and when you drop down, I got this from him as well. It's the elbows connect first. Now, the kettlebell connects with the shoulder first, so the shoulders touch, and then you go into more from the external rotation, kind of like into the internal rotation back. But it's important where your elbow lands. And I always say, if you want to remember, that's my cue. When the kettlebell drops into the erect rest position, I always say, point the kettlebell towards your heart.
You think needs to be checked on in your long cycle technique should be done here during this warm-up sets. And I'm doing a 2 steps progression, 24s and then 32s, but it's okay if
so beautiful to watch, man.
You will do 3 steps, let's say, and you will do 16 kilogram, then 24.
Perfect execution. And that's what I mean. It's perfect execution, yet he's still working on the phases and thinking about them. That's why he mastered those lifts. That's why he's a surgeon, the kettlebell surgeon, man. Precision at the highest level.
Yeah, I'm somewhere deep inside of my thoughts and totally trying to feel my body maximum deep as I can, trying to reach, my feelings to my legs, to my arms.
See how he's connecting the whole body as a unit? Thinking about it, his breath.
I'm trying to make sure that I'm not wasting any energy. And also not doing any mistakes. Now, in purpose, I didn't cut the rest between sets so you can see what I'm actually doing. I'm 100% focused and trying to avoid any distractions. I just do whatever needs to be done for me to get into this workout and trying to not waste
32.
The time. So 24s wasn't too heavy, so I don't need much break between. I just chuck my hands and move on 32. The same story here. It just now
beautiful.
Real weight, the weights that I will use for my main set. So I am again taking it slow and with no rush. Mostly I'm thinking about the elbow position, how comfortable is the rack. Here I want to make sure that I'm not
thinking about what it feels like, what the phases or the positioning of the elbows or the hands insertion feels like. It's not mindlessly working. And that's something that's actually a little contrary when we think about the cerebellum, where habitual movement takes place, where if you've done an exercise over and over again, you don't have to think about it anymore. But look at what he does. He uses that energy capacity that is still left in his brain. He uses it to think about the lifts again, and this is what makes it so perfect, and this is what makes it better. And even though it's an athlete's point of view, we can all benefit from it, because getting the technique of an athlete means you will stay safe, you will get stronger, and you will have an awesome workout. It's just beautiful to watch.
Trying to keep my legs straight in the rack.
Yeah. The legs straight in the rack, that's when you get tired, your knees start bending, you start to lean back too hard, and with a 32, man, it makes it look so
whatever you think needs to be improved in your technique, just think about it.
Think about it. Whatever needs improvement, think about it. He's chalking his shirt. I didn't understand this. Never heard about this. Interesting.
My t-shirt. You see, because I probably realized that maybe it's a little bit slippery on the elbow, so I spray it. And I always...
So, and that's the reason why he got the belt. It's not for back support, not for spine support. The back is there for elbow support. For you to understand why he wears a belt.
Refresh my chart for each set.
And another reason that maybe you're wondering, this is actually, I was wondering then from experience, I can tell you now, the reason why he wears leggings, these tights, is if you have joggers, I don't wear tights. It's not my style. But if you wear joggers or sports pants, then maybe in the crotch there is too much cloth, and if there's too much cloth, this can actually break the connection from your arm to your hip. That's why I always, maybe you've seen this in one of our live workouts, and sometimes I pull my pants up because the piece of cloth in my crotch is really in the way, so I have to pull my pants up. So that's the reason why he's wearing tights.
And now we go for one arm long.
I like the shirt, man.
Also, I'm really kind of taking my time for a toe fixation, finding this sweet spot where I can kind of relax and balance.
It's just the precision of his jerk. It's just, even though it looks like he's dropping the heels, it's not about dropping the heels. It's about pushing your hips back, bending the knees.
And usually when you focus like that, every next rep feeling better and better. And that's the great feel, and that's the purpose of this warm-up. Because of course,
like this.
After even 2 days break, you feel maybe just a little bit off.
Yeah.
And you need to remind yourself, this important drill. So that's the purpose of this easy sets with kettlebells before you will get to your main workout.
And this is something that happens in our workouts, and Angie says that as well. The first round sometimes is just getting into the vibe, getting into the movements, thinking about the movements when you follow our live workouts. This is actually what we do, or what I do, thinking about it, getting into the groove. But now that I'm watching this video, I understand I have to even think about it harder and more focused, just to get into the vibe. And then mostly on the second round we'll dialed in. But that's what he says as well. If you're stopped, then you use this exercise to just get the flowing going. Precision.
It's also quite a common that there are slight differences between left and right arm, and that's another purpose of this one arm lifts, one arm cleans, and one arm long cycle, so you can kind of compare left and right side and try to follow the most efficient technique, the arms that you think doing better. And we're done here with one arm lifts. Next will be doubles, and I do doubles only for main workout weights, so only for 32s. That will be a full load exercise.
I like
this. I feel like it's time to make sure that the shoulders is ready. So my favorite.
I like this mobility
rotations.
stuff that he does.
And as you can see, I don't do too many of them. I just grab it before 32s, but it depends what's the level of your shoulder mobility, flexibility, and comfort. Because if it's not yet there, so you want to use it more often and use it even on the general warm-up and for between every kettlebell warm-up set. But for myself, I feel like it's quite good, so that's why I'm just using it for most important sets. And here we go, double.
So he has a quite good mobility, but he knows as soon as he goes heavy with the competition weights, he knows I gotta do some stuff of mobility just so that he feels safe and sure. Interesting stuff.
Clean stuff on 32s. Your
now
clean always feels a bit scary, but then each next one feels better and better, and you can remind yourself, okay,
I got this. Remind yourself, I got this, man. But I like that he even says it's like it's kind of scary, and then you have to remind yourself about the technique, and that's a 9-time champion. That's the reason why he's 9-time champion, because he's so humble, man. And this is the first time actually I'm seeing how he moves his feet a little bit and how he uses some technique, I think, lifting his heels sometimes.
Aim to make sure that the elbow position is right.
Yeah, you see that? He's lifting his heels off the floor. It's actually something that I'm doing in the snatch and in the swing, but I never thought about doing it in the cleans, but I understand now because he's working with gravity even stronger. Because when you look at it from the side, he has a very great breakdown and analysis of the side view when he does a clean or long cycle. And then he shows the amplitude, the levels, and the angles. And now I understand why he lifts his heels on the toes, because he's working with gravity, with counterbalancing the weights and balance and just a gravitational pull and all that stuff. It's science, man. And he's a scientist.
Handles position is right, leg straight.
The handle positioning, man.
With the back straight.
Something that takes eternity in my case. I always duck and then I gotta close in.
Done with cleans,
but he's so beautiful.
A little bit, leg, hamstrings, and ready for a double long cycle. Finally. We'll do more rotations.
And I like that rotation. I gotta try this once.
Getting
see.
such a wide range of motion and getting
it's all about range of motion.
Pretty much every muscle around your shoulder. It's the biceps, triceps, and deltoids and pectorals.
It's great stuff, man. Gotta try this stick rotation first. Gotta try them.
Great comfort. You see, I'm rubbing my middle back, also to feel more comfortable and prepared for cleans.
Interesting. Rubbing the middle back to feel more comfortable and prepared for the clean. Because probably that's because your upper back is relaxed in the rack rest position when you clean the kettlebell, and yeah, maybe just getting some massage going. You see how athletes do it, and there's so much stuff that we can learn, especially from him. So he's the standard, guys. He's the ultimate standard, my reference that I want my technique to be as perfect, as precision as his tech. That's the ultimate goal. He's the role model.
Chalking hands again. Another very important thing that I'm paying attention to on the warm-up sets is symmetry, with two bells especially. Each kettlebell by its own. From this perspective, kettlebells work out more challenging than barbell workout, because
that's interesting. Listen,
it's a one piece.
Yep.
It's easier to keep symmetry of the left and right side, but kettlebells there is no connection, and that's why, well, at least for myself, I feel like I really need to pay attention that it's the same speed of drop from the top of the left and right kettlebell, and also identical timing of landing left and right elbow, because if you will not pay attention, that's how you actually can.
This one probably wasn't perfect because the handles touched. That's what I'm at least seeing when I see his perfect form.
Have some muscle spasm and twists, in your back if you will let one shoulder go lower than another.
So spasms may be a problem if you don't work with the symmetry, and maybe just reiterating what he said. He said it's different when you're working with a barbell. I actually never thought about it. It's something that when I watched the video, I was like, ooh. When you work with two kettlebells, you have to work your symmetry, and this the arms have to work simultaneously at a same speed, same level, same drop, same clean, same jerk, same acceleration, same velocity. Your arms have to work together in unity. And when you work with a barbell, the barbell in itself, because it's one unit, actually takes a little care of the symmetry, because you grab one piece of equipment, but actually here you have two pieces, so that makes it different. That's why you have to watch the symmetry. Another great advice. It's only get from this stuff like this is what you get from these guys, not from the general ones. This is just high level stuff, guys.
I'm checking also on general stuff, such static phases, make sure that the rack is comfortable, the toe fixation is comfortable, taking my time there. That was first a double long cycle set, but with no pace. It was just a 5 reps with no rush. And what I do the last before I will start the main workout is I doing 30 seconds set with the pace that I'm planning to apply for my main workout.
What, 9 or what?
So today my main set's supposed to be done with pace 9 reps a minute.
9 reps a minute. That's fast with a long cycle. 9 reps a minute with 232s, man.
In 30 seconds, well, I'm trying to do 4.5 reps. Like 5 reps with me for maybe 31 seconds to kind of get a feel of it, to double check on the timing and rhythm.
And just for you to understand, he does a 10 minutes afterwards as a workout. So he's gonna work 10 minutes aiming for 9 reps per minute with 64 kilos, with 2 units, 232 kilograms. The guy's a tank.
Chalking hands for every set.
And you see, also his body type, I think that's what most people want. And he's a little bit taller and a little bit of a stronger build than I am. and still, I think he's got the body type that most people want. Check his Instagram. You see some pictures of his body. That's what most people want, and that's what kettlebells give you. That's why kettlebells are so great, man.
I'm not stopping. I'm not sitting. I'm walking, but I'm all in
focus
technique
mode.
So I'm usually standing a bit shorter before my main workout sets, but here for warm up,
check
I'm
this,
just really taking my time and rethink pretty much every phase of the repetition to make sure that I didn't forget anything. Is that, you know?
See that? He's rethinking the phases, and he says to make sure I didn't forget anything. That's the humble mindset of a warrior that conquers cities in the morning for lunch and goes to war with other continents in the evening. You understand what I'm saying? The humble mindset, man.
To every step of the exercise. So here I'm tracking time of my pace, and well, it's basically pace 9. I need to do 3 reps in 20 seconds. Yeah, and in 30 seconds, so basically 30 seconds, that's where you go for rep number 5, so 31 seconds. That's
focused.
Done, and I'm ready now for main workout. Thanks for watching.
That's what's up, guys. He's the standard, man. Nobody else is, in my opinion. There are some legendary guys from Russia that I don't even know about. That's why I want to dig deeper into the kettlebell sport, because I think it's applicable for people who just want to be generally healthy, because I think it's the best way to train with kettlebells. And it's that humble mindset that I know I got it down pat, but I got to think about the phases, got to think about the stuff, got to think about the exercise, got to stay humble, got to respect the weights. And this is just big stuff. This is such big stuff. And I actually had some conversations with him. I hope we can do an interview soon, and where we even want to dig deeper into the Russian side of things when it comes to kettlebell training. And I'm even going to ask him if he has other contacts from Russia who maybe speak English, where we can have interviews and just digging deep into the stuff, man. That's what's up. So guys, do me a favor, follow Denis. He's a beast. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy what we do, if you enjoyed the video, maybe consider joining the Kettlebell Club. What we do is with our live workouts. If this video, this content was not only worth your time, but also worth your money, consider joining the club. It's $5.95 per month. You get some awesome perks. And you can like the video, of course, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.